Thank you very much. So, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is David Pope. I'm the Marketing Director at Jumio. And my colleague, John McIntosh, and I, we'd like to tell you how Jumio solved two problems: identity fraud and transaction abandonment. Now, Jumio, we're a computer vision business, and so we solve these problems using computer vision. Now, what we mean by that is that when a customer comes to transact online and key in their data, we think that's a little bit old-fashioned. And these days, we think their device should do the work for them. So, Jumio, our computer vision products, integrate into your site or your apps. So a customer comes along, they want to transact, all they need to do, get out their payment card or get out their driving license, ID card, passport, hold it up to the camera on their mobile device, and Jumio will see and scan and validate that data and carry it into the transaction. So let's get on with the demo. Now we're going to look at our payment validation service called NetSwipe. So John is going to demo. Here we have a dummy app on the screen. So John selected what he wants to buy, and he's going to decide if he wants to scan or type in the data the old-fashioned way. He's going to scan. So immediately, this wakes up the camera. The customer holds up the card to the camera, and we will see and scan and validate the data. We'll extract the 16-digit card number. We'll take the issue date, the expiry date, and if our client wishes as well, we'll also take the customer name, the account number, and sort code, if indeed that data is present on the card. So from there, the customer then enters a 3-digit CVV, and at that point, the transaction's done. It's so much quicker to scan than it is to type, and also at this point, the customer can choose to save their data to Passbook or Samsung Mobile Wallet, and the beauty of that is for future transactions, they come back, they don't have to type, they don't have to scan, they port their data back into the transaction. So how is this helping reduce abandonment? Well, we're going from a 55-second process to type in the data to a 5-second process to scan. And in general, the quicker the process, the less people abandon. The less people abandon, the more people complete. And the more people you complete, the more volume you get coming through your app or your site, the more revenues you're going to see. So we see that typically, for our clients, this helps increase successful transactions and decrease abandonment by between 18 and 33%. That's the range of success our clients are having. But at the same time, what we're also doing is reducing fraud. We also set out to tackle the fraud problem. And the fantastic news there is that 9 times out of 10, when a fraudster is doing fraud, they don't have the card, they just have the card details. So ask your customer to initiate a transaction with the card, and that fraudster is going to wander down the cyber street, and they're going to go and do fraud against your competitors instead. So on the subject of financial crime, let's look at identity document validation as well. Now, obviously in the financial services sector, everyone's regulated, has to make sure they know who their customers are, and the traditional way to do that is check identity documents. So NetVerify is our automated document authentication service, and again, same process. So my colleague John is now going to demo NetVerify, and during the transaction, the customer is asked to upload a copy of to take a photo, upload a copy of their identity document, and take a photo of their face. Now, this is just the Jumio demo app. These fields, everything you see, is neatly embedded, integrated, rebranded as your own app. And so John here is taking a photo of his identity document. Now, straight away, we're going to do some tests on this document. We're going to check all the security features. We're going to look at the font, we're going to look at the layout of the document, we're going to check the holograms are in the right place, we're going to look at the microprint, that's the tiny microscopic pictures of birds and bees in the background. We're going to use some white light technology to look for pixel manipulation to see if the document's been altered at all. And then lastly, we're going to do something else. Now, I can steal this man's wallet, at which point I'd have his payment tools, his identity documents, but I wouldn't have his face. And so now we're also going to do a facial comparison between the face in the identity document and the face peering up at you from the webcam as well. So we're seeing some great take-up in the financial services industry with this service. Companies like Western Union, companies like WorldRemit, companies like Exaris and EntroPay. And as well as tackling fraud and KYC, we're also seeing that this is improving the customer experience and speeding up the customer verification process. So on the theme of speeding up the customer verification process and getting more customers through your mobile channels, we'd like to take the opportunity today to launch a new product, a product called FastFill. And so in the theme of speeding up the customer acquisition process, Financial institutions don't always have to do KYC based on a risk-based approach or a threshold-based approach. Don't always need to do KYC, but our clients tell us they always want to speed up the customer experience, the customer acquisition process. So Fast Fill does exactly what it says on the tin. We've seen some great innovations here today, but we've also seen that there's the ever-present form when people are applying for an account, applying for a financial service. And so when it comes to forms, why would you ask your customers to fill in 11 fiddly fields with up to 100 characters when you can make them very happy with one scan from FastFill? So here we have FastFill. John's going to hold up his identity document to the camera, and straight away our computer vision services will see this document and extract the data and populate the data in your customer sign-up form. So no fiddly typing. Straight away we'll be able to get the data into your form and you can welcome your new customers. So, of course, why are we here today? Well, we all know that these days more and more customers want to consume their financial services online. And so with a service such as FastFill, you can delight your customers and you can welcome them. Might have to try that one. Technology. So straight away, we're going to just have a look at this little driving license. Okay, so in another world, the data goes straight into the process, the data is extracted, sits neatly in your fields, and away you go. Thank you very much.